Nazario, Ballon d'Or winner, and Brazil star, definitely let himself go, reaching 118 kilos in weight. Royston Drenthe, from playing in the best European club with the legends to washing dirty chamber pots, and Karim Benzema's attempt to blackmail his teammate over a sex tape resulted in a 1-year jail term. So let's delve into the downfall of the ex-striker of Real Madrid. This guy let himself go so hard that it got him jail time. It seemed like any other day at the French national team training ground back in 2015. Benzema and his buddy Mathieu Valbuena were playing around, having a good time. It was all good until Valbuena started getting weird messages from an anonymous number threatening to post a dirty video of him if he didn't transfer some cash. Valbuena panicked and contacted the police, and they immediately started an investigation. He also told his pal Benzema, seeking support. Instead, Karim urged him to pay off the blackmailers, which the police found suspicious. They tapped his phone, and shortly after,
Real Madrid forward Karim Benzema has been found guilty of complicity in the attempted blackmail of former France teammate Mathieu Valbuena over a sex tape and sentenced to a 1-year suspended jail term by a court.
I don't understand why Benzema let himself go like that. The dude's been making millions since he was 18. Why risk your entire legacy for a couple of pennies? He thought he could get away with it, but instead, he was suspended from the French national team and got a 75,000 euro fine. That's pocket change now that he's making 100 million euros annually in Saudi. This player had to flee out of the Netherlands to avoid jail time. Instead of pursuing a promising career, Quincy Promes risked it all and is now a wanted man in international investigations, smuggling illegal substances, and even attempted murder. Now hiding in Moscow to avoid his sentence. Ironically, this wasn't surprising to anyone who knew Promes. From a young age, he was seen as a problematic kid. At age 10, he started skipping school, and at 16, he was kicked from the Ajax Youth Academy for bad behavior. Despite his skills, he was sent to Go Ahead Eagles to get some minutes in. There, he met Erik ten Hag, the current Man United coach. The two get along very well, and Promes had exceeded all expectations, earning himself the nickname Pro Messi. In 2013, he transferred to Spartak Moscow for a better paycheck, turning down offers from Sevilla and Juventus, getting another nickname Money Wolf, as you'll find out later. It's pretty spot on. Quincy did what he did best in Russia, score goals. Now, earning the money he dreamed about, he started showing off with iced out watches and supercars. He earned more money than ever and secured Spartak's first league title in 16 years. However, after failing to qualify for the Champions League 2018, Promes decided it was time to leave and signed a new contract with Sevilla. The transfer turned out to be a colossal flop. He scored only twice in 33 appearances and left after one season to reunite with his old coach at Ajax, where his salary was significantly lower. Shortly after arriving in Amsterdam, things went wrong. An incident in June 2020 led to his arrest, and though he was released after a couple of days, it heavily affected his career. In February 2021, he booked a one-way ticket back to Moscow and signed with Spartak again. But the reason behind his escape soon became apparent. Above stabbing his cousin, he was suspected of importing 1,300 kilos of an illegal substance with a market value of 75 million euro. The Dutch police wanted to put him on trial, but with no extradition contract between Russia and the Netherlands, Promes is trying to get a Russian passport to avoid facing jail time. A footballer can easily ruin his career, but we're talking about Ryan Giggs, and what he did to his brother has gone down as one of the biggest betrayals in history. He and his little bro Roderick were best friends, experiencing Ryan's success together. 13 Premier League titles, the 2008 Champions League, they seemed like the perfect family. Ryan had 2 children with his wife Stacy, and Roderick happily married Natasha. But deep down, Ryan and Natasha had a dark secret that was exposed in 2011.
Ryan Giggs accepts he's known around the world for 2 things: his abilities as a footballer his inability to remain faithful to his partners.
He officially ruined his reputation and lost the respect from the entire world. Ryan's wife Stacey couldn't stick by his side any longer and divorced him in 2017. The Giggs brothers haven't spoken for years, and Ryan has never apologized. The hate between the brothers, who once loved each other so much, has never disappeared. Not everyone who wore the white jersey for Madrid flourished, because Royston Drenthe, who once played alongside Ronaldo, went to washing dirty chamber pots. At only 19 years old, Royston did things few players could do and single-handedly secured the European Cup for the Netherlands under 21. His skills shocked the biggest clubs in the world. Barcelona, Chelsea kept calling. Even though Royston's family said he wasn't ready for a move like that, he signed for Real Madrid anyway. He played with Cristiano Ronaldo, Benzema, Ramos, Van Nistelrooy, and many other legends. He bought his dream house, an Audi Q7, a Porsche Cayenne, and a Ferrari, earned 1.6 million a year, and got a 500,000 euro signing bonus. As a kid who grew up on the streets, that much money felt unreal, but that dream lasted only a short time. It became apparent he made a huge mistake. 2 weeks in, he was already drinking and driving, hit a cop car, but somehow got away with it because of the star status Madrid players had. He played the first couple games that season, but sat on the sidelines more and more as the season progressed. He only played 18 league games and scored twice that season. Madrid fans were not happy and turned against him. He developed a fear of failure that started affecting his performance even more. The pressure was too high, so he started looking for distractions to cope with that. He went on loan to Everton but chose money over football. He continued his career in Russia, Turkey, and Abu Dhabi. With all that money, Royston doubled down on his bad habits. Booze, women, gambling, and yachts became a weekly routine. When he was cut off from all his well-paying clubs, all his friends disappeared after spending most of his money, and things got ugly. Royston started playing for Real Murcia in the 3rd Spanish league, fell completely out of shape, got accused of money laundering, his gambling addiction got even worse than it already was, and in 2020, he was declared bankrupt. The guy once seen as Madrid's next big thing blew all his money and has worked in healthcare ever since. And Ronaldo Nazario went from looking like this to this. How did he go from being the best striker in the world to being heavier than Roy Nelson, a player that started off his pro career looking completely different and scored 33 goals in 30 games during his first season in the Netherlands? After that, he was considered the most talented striker in the world. Transferred to Barcelona in '96, where he scored the only goal in the Champions League final and won the Ballon d'Or. Things were looking good for him, but his success quickly got to his head. He started skipping workouts, was often spotted drinking, rumors came out that he had a gambling addiction, and whenever he threw a party, buses full of ladies would turn up. So nobody was surprised when his body started giving up on him. He suffered one injury after the other and left the European fields in 2009. He couldn't control his weight anymore and retired only 2 years later. Things got so bad, he eventually signed up for a Brazilian weight loss show back in 2013, and the results are clearly phenomenal. But as the years went on, he slowly gained it back due to a medical condition that can result in weight gain. Absurd. You look at these champions and you don't even imagine that some could fall so low. Success changes you. It's inevitable. Some fans, however, can go completely crazy, setting fire to stadiums, tattooing entire jerseys, or killing their heroes. These are the 15 fans who crossed the line. And if you want to know more, you have to click here. Hey, what are you waiting for? The video is over, bro. You have to click here to find out more. So what are you waiting for? Click here.